Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm making a video centered around crystals. I've gotten a couple requests in regard to making a video on healing crystals and how you can apply them in your everyday life and just kind of what they are exactly and which ones have helped me in regard to my mental health and just managing life in general. But I really wanted to give you guys some of my top favorite kind of crystals that I found really helpful in my both eating disorder recovery journey and my overall journey through mental health and life, and ways you can maybe incorporate them into your life as well. I'm gonna leave a link in the description box to the books that I might mention and to all the places I got information from in making this video. So if you're really interested and you want more information, be sure to check out the description box. But yeah, without further ado, let's get into it. So at first I didn't really understand the depth that using crystals in your everyday life can have. It wasn't until I think I really started wearing them that I really felt like they made a difference in my life. I can definitely tell difference over time when I'm wearing my crystals and when I'm wearing my bracelets versus when I'm not. I've also noticed that sometimes if I'm having trouble sleeping, if I slide a crystal under my pillow, it can sometimes help, depending on what crystal it is, obviously, and also holding them even can really help. It also helps that my mom is a crystal healer, so I've learned a lot from her growing up, and she's done a couple layouts on me, and I felt I'm learning to notice the subtle differences. It's hard to enter the realm of crystals with this mindset that you're gonna get instantaneous results, because when you use crystals, it's not a quick fix. It's going to be something that's going to heal you from the inside out, and you might not notice it up front. You might not notice it within the first couple of days of using them, but over time, I can guarantee that you'll definitely start to feel a shift of your mindset, or you might notice you might be doing different behaviors, you might be managing situations in a different way, in a healthier way, and it can very well be attributed to the use and application of crystals in your life. And I think it's really cool that certain crystals have certain properties that can help enhance and hone in on things that you might be lacking. So the beautiful thing about crystals is that it's just pure energy. I mean, we're all made up of energy at the end of the day, but there's no negative energy. Their sole purpose is to just give to you. They're not taking all the good energy you might have and absorbing it. No, they're taking out all the negative and expelling it out of you, so you can just continue to cultivate good and positive energy. And I think that's something really beautiful about crystals in general, and that's why I want to share with you guys some of my top couple. But yes, we're going to start with the first one, and the first one, I'm just gonna throw this out there. The most basic, I think, is the Selenite stick or a Selenite wand. I don't know if this is gonna not that you have to zoom up close to it, but this is very good for clearing energies. It can be used to clean crystals after you've just done a layout, or after a day you might want to clean your crystals to make sure it's not holding any energy that you might have had for the day or from the previous day or the last time you used them. But this is just an overall, in general, a very powerful stone. So if you have any crystals, regardless, I would recommend definitely having a selenite stick or a selenite wand. It doesn't have to be this big. They sell them smaller. I have another one that's probably half the size of this, but these can really help just in cleaning your energy and also cleaning your crystals. So yeah, you can't see because it's so old that the color has faded out, but it's rose quartz. So I have a circle. It doesn't look pink, but it's pink. It's just, I think, because I've left it out in the sun so many times that the color is diluted, so it's not as rosy pink as it used to be. But rose quartz is kind of like the stone of love, and that is because it mainly targets the heart chakra, and it can help one to deepen their relationship with their self, but also generate a vibrational energy that promotes love and can attract love into your life, because like energies attract like energies. So if you're working with rose quartz and you're really building on not only your love for yourself, but just your love for everything in general, you're gonna attract people with that same energy and seeking of love. So it kind of sounds like super simple when you put it in those kinds of terms, but I think crystals kind of help to, not just rose quartz, but in talking about crystals in general, it really helps to remind you, and I think it makes it easier to understand that you have the power to manifest the life you want. And these crystals are just a reminder of the energy you have and the energy you can control in regard to the energy you put out. I don't know if that made sense. That was kind of a lot of weird verbiage for me, but hopefully you understand. But yeah, so personally in my own recovery journey, rose quartz has been my go-to. I think it really helps to calm me and to just recenter and look through the lens of compassion, especially when I might be struggling. I might hold rose quartz in my hand. I actually have this one, I think is a little bit more pink, but this is a rose quartz wand. So I will carry this all the time. If I feel like I need it, I will hold it and I'll just sit with it, and I think it really helps to ground me. Not necessarily always the best grounding stone, I would say, to use, but it's definitely helped me to not be so critical over myself and just to have a bigger perspective on what I'm doing and that I'm gonna be okay. And yeah. So the next crystal I would say that's helped me is amethyst. And amethyst is known as a protective stone. It's really good for blocking out negative energy. Amethyst can come in like pieces like this where it's not as ragged, or it can sometimes come raw like this where it's not as purple, but you can still see that it's got jagged pieces and it's not like super smooth like this one. If you know you're in a situation where there's a lot of not necessarily negative people, but people that kind of hinder or suppress your energy, you can wear it as a way to deflect their energy off of you, so you're not absorbing their energy and so it's not draining you. This is also a great stone for meditation. This stone can really help enhance intuition and help gain insight from either your higher self or your spirit guides. Amethyst is another stone that can really help promote sleep and to help you sleep through the night. So I would say if you are struggling with sleep or if you're suffering from insomnia, leaving a amethyst crystal under your pillow or at least meditating with it before you go to bed could really help, in addition to your nighttime routine. So yes, that is amethyst for you. Okay, so this stone has been with me forever. It was probably one of the first stones my mom ever introduced me to in my recovery, and this is black tourmaline. Now again, they don't always come in huge chunks like this, but black tourmaline is known as a stone that's very good at deflecting negative energy and absorbing the negative energy. Now it doesn't just take out negative energy from others, it can also take out negative energy from yourself. So having this around can really help, especially if you're working on rerouting negative thoughts and turning them into positive ones. It can help prevent you or get you in the condition of not believing those negative thoughts and to not let those negative thoughts have power over you. So I've been using this stone in my recovery like since day one, like not lying. This has been the stone that I think I've used more than the rose quartz, believe it or not. But I would carry this with me everywhere. I'd carry it in my backpack at school. I'd carry it everywhere, like in my pocket, stuff like that. And I think it's so important because a lot of the times in recovery you might be feeling a lot of negative thoughts. You might have thoughts saying you're this, you're that, you're not enough, you're this, and this. And carrying the black tourmaline really kind of helped to not deflect those, but like not let them hold so much power over me. So imagine that all those negative thoughts, they're going on in your head, but instead they're being absorbed by the crystals. So instead of you absorbing them and it draining your energy, it's being held in the crystal. So your energy isn't being affected as much as it might have been had you not been holding the crystal or having it in your possession or something like that. But this is overall, in general, just a quick synopsis of this stone. It's a very good stone for absorbing and blocking out negativity. And if you are looking, like if that's something that you're one of your most important focuses right now, I would suggest this over amethyst. But both, if you have both, they're very, very amazing, both of them. So yeah. This is Sodalite. This is a good stone for meditation. It's probably one of the most insightful stones, I think. Facilitates connection to the higher power and to your spirit guides in meditation. Sodalite is a very powerful, insightful kind of spiritual stone. Although in my personal recovery, I found it very calming. I tend to think when I'm meditating and if I connect with my spirit guides or my higher self, they really help me to see the bigger picture and to soothe and calm me. So I kind of view this stone as a gateway to connecting to them, and just holding it reminds me that I'm supported and that I'm going to be okay, and that I am able to see the bigger picture again, rather than be so focused on, oh my god, like this just happened and now it's the end of the world. Like holding this stone and having it, knowing it's on me, helps to remind me that I can take a step back and assess the situation. I don't have to stay focused and have blinders on in a given scenario. I personally like it this size because it's really easy to fit in your pocket, and yeah, it's very easy to have on the go with you wherever you go. And so this is probably one of my favorite ones, actually. Now, in addition, when I earlier mentioned the Selenite wand, I would say another must-have to your crystal collection would have to be clear quartz. And that's because it's probably, I think, one of the most powerful stones. It has the ability to enhance the power of the other crystals around it. So let's say you're carrying amethyst or any stone that I've mentioned or am going to mention. Having this one on hand too can help make it even stronger. So the power and the effect of the stone can be enhanced with the application of a clear quartz or something along the lines of this stone. It helps to relieve pain. It can be used as a way to connect to your higher self. It can also be used to block out negativity. So I guess it's kind of it's like a no-brainer that this one has the ability to enhance the effects of all the other ones. So I definitely recommend clear quartz to any of you starting out a crystal collection. I think it's very beneficial, and in all honesty, the more crystals you have, I think the better equipped you can be to navigate any kind of situation. So this is Desert Rose. I don't know if you can really see it kind of looks like a sea sponge, in my opinion. In some, it even looks like a rose, like the little divots. I don't know if you can see how texturized it is. But there's like little white divots throughout the entire thing, and it's very like rough. This stone is known to help relieve stress and to also rejuvenate energy. So if you feel low on energy today, or if you feel like you honestly can't breathe, like just have this stone in your belt, because it can really help you in those situations. And I know those situations aren't fun, because I am a known person to experience anxiety attacks a lot. And so finding these kinds of ways to help soothe them and just navigate those situations are really helpful. This is Hematite. You might see them at like the Space Museum or in the gift store at the Space Museum, where like they look really cool. At least that's where I always saw them, and I was like, oh my god, they're so cool. And then I realized they were like a stone, and I was like, what? But yeah, so hematite is good for pain, like relieving pain, and it is also great for grounding. I think it's because like if you hold hematite in your hand, it's heavy. I think it's one of the heaviest crystals out there. Just like not because it's big, but just because its density and its volume is so like heavy that it helps to kind of pull you down. So imagine your thoughts are like racing and you have like a million different things at once. Like holding the stone like helps ground you, and it helps like bring you back down to earth, so you're not like up in the air in your thoughts. I think this has really helped me in my recovery, because when let's say when I'm facing a fear food, or if I ate something and I feel really, really bad, or a situation's going on and I feel like I have no control, holding this just helps hold me down and keep me from flying around and going all over the place with my thoughts. So yes, definitely recommend this crystal. In regard to these stones in general, it can be, you can use them and apply them in a variety of different ways. I didn't go over this in the video, but I can gladly make another video if any of you are interested. Certain crystals go and align with certain chakras. So specifically placing a certain crystal in a certain chakra can help activate that chakra and help create and help let the energy flow. A lot of the times we might experience certain problems because there's something wrong with the chakra and it needs to be opened up. For example, I know some people might say they might have a raspy voice, or they might have a sore throat. Sometimes that could be alluded to the throat chakra, and that you might have trouble on a spiritual level communicating with people and using your voice. So using certain crystals that align with the throat chakra can help people to clear out that energy and to make energy flow better through that, so they might be better at communicating. And more often than not, when people are able to clear the chakra and to clear out all the negative energy, their physical symptoms like their sore throat often end up going away. So I think that's something that's also fascinated me in regard to crystals. I would also say that, again, you can have a little pouch with you and you can carry them and keep them in a bag and just walk with them throughout your day, whether it be in your purse or your backpack or in your pocket. I know a couple Etsy shops. I can also leave a link to those Etsy shops down below that have crystals that you can purchase and they will ship to you, because I know quarantine has a lot of stores closed right now, crystal stores included. But even if you want to, you can also search around your area. I'm sure there's a crystal place around you somewhere, and just the vibe you get when you enter those kinds of stores is beautiful. Like, there's people that are so connected on an emotional and soulful level, and it's one thing to buy a crystal on the internet, but it's another thing to actually go to a place where it's only crystals and that kind of energy, and just immerse yourself in it, and it's a very beautiful thing. So I would also recommend this book. This book is kind of where I've gotten a lot of my information from, and I've been using it since my recovery. It's called Remedies for the Mind, Heart, and Soul, Crystals for Healing. This is what it looks like. I, again, will leave a link to it in the description box, but basically it has a kind of list of all the crystals in the back, like a glossary, and then it has depending on what you might be going through. So, oh my god, wow, I just opened up to the eating disorders page. It says they give you a meditation, and it also gives you some crystals. So like I said, one of their first remedies is rose quartz. So another one is carnelian. I don't know if I have carnelian. I have carnelian, I just don't have it with me to show you. But this is what carnelian looks like. It's a little red-ish. Oh, I do have carnelian. What the heck? Hold on, I'm gonna get it for you. You can find it, but I have it somewhere. And when I do find it, I'll just insert a picture of what carnelian looks like right here. But basically, this book kind of gives you a synopsis of the healing power of crystals and ways you can use them. I hope you guys learned something. I hope you guys have an idea as to ways you can maybe help boost your recovery and navigate your recovery journey. And this video kind of inspires you to invite crystals into your life and let them help you on your journey. Because in recovery, you're not alone, and it's so important to realize that. Will be the end of this video. Again, I hope you guys liked it. If you did like it, be sure to give it a thumbs up, and if you didn't like it, be sure to give it a thumbs down. Other than that, I hope all of you guys have a beautiful rest of your day. I will see you guys in the next video.